I watch a lot of 2000s TV, and a lot of stuff before then. Currently, I've been watching the 1977 The Incredible Hulk, and if you've seen it, okay, is it just me, or is there, like, some homoeroticism between David Banner and Jack McGee? Like, or Jack McGee and the Hulk. He is fucking following a green bodybuilder around. Like, they talk about him, they're like, this giant, terrifying creature, but bruh, he's literally a bodybuilder painted green with this fuck-ass bob! But something about 2000s TV is there's so many George Takei cameos. It is so beautiful. It's like, for the longest time, I knew George Takei because he would go, I'm George Takei from Star Trek. Because he was always playing like a fictionalized version of himself. And I love that so much. And I aspire to do something like that. Also, it's also, if you're a weird person, you probably know of Will Wood, and he used to do this thing where he would show up in interviews with these like crazy outfits and shit like that, and I'm doing a bunch of shit like that, except I love doing it without telling people. So it's, if you understand what I'm saying and you understand the satire, you're like, oh yeah, I'll fuck yeah. But then there's some people are like, what the fuck did you just say? I get told I speak premium English when I'm like, Kirk Spock, OGM Preg, Destiel, OTP, Fermit Guram, although Guram is Polish for on top. Polska Guram. Fermit Guram. Fermit. Yep. Fermit is not only Fermitful, it is also Polishful. But I love George Takei. One of, the thing about being a fan of a bunch of 1960s stuff is so many of them are dead, or they're old, so they could die before I become famous, so I'll never get to meet them. Because I could very well become famous after my death. And you may go, you little arrogant shit. Everything I make is intended to last forever. It's a portal into a time which has never been and always has been. And so all of my videos have been in this same setting. Besides some on my Tumblr, my video journals, I have countless videos. You could spend hours, you could probably spend days just going through my blog, journeying through the tags, and just loving me more and more, because I've spent so much time in isolation. And so I went, I'm gonna enjoy it, I'm gonna be a blogger, and one day someone will go through and they'll find all my Zero Note posts, and they'll be the ones spending time with me while I was living in that isolation. And that's who it's for. A love letter to the perfect strangers who want to get to know me more. Did I just rhyme? I really hope I didn't just rhyme more with more. I'm a very emotive. I don't know why. I'm a very emotive person. People are like, I love whatever's wrong with you. And I'll be like, I'm an insane person. And some people will be like, I don't think you're insane. The greatest minds of our generation. I'm bipolar. And I have borderline personality disorder. By definition, I am insane. I'm treated, but sanity is a social construct. You know what they used to do in the 1950s? If you didn't conform, they would lobotomize you. It was a well-accepted standard medical practice. They would just rob people of their humanities. If you would be like, hey, I don't think that we should be lynching black people, Lobotomy. It's like people make lobotomy jokes, but that shit is genuine body horror. Like if you look in like 70s and 60s films, it is depicted as just so scary. Except people are just, we've regressed. Not we. I have not regressed. But society has regressed. And this is not the first time that this has happened. The 80s, Ronald Reagan, Richard Nixon. The issue is that people don't think that we can have counterculture. But the Cultural Revolution is essential for the violent one, and I am nothing but an artist. As Jimi Hendrix said, when the world knows when the power of love overcomes the love of power, the world will know peace. And I'm not going to let people attribute that quote to the Empire State Building. Mr. Jimi Hendrix. That was Jimi Hendrix. I love you, Jimi Hendrix. I have this painting of Jimi Hendrix that I made. And I look at him in the eyes and I tell him that the world will know love. Because we have to love the world more than we hate evil. Otherwise, what are we fighting for? We're supposed to be fighting for the good. We're supposed to be fighting for love. Which is why we're so angry about evil. Because fuck you, bitch. World peace is achievable. Some people get so mad at me when I say that. Like, I'll literally just be like, I'm gonna go be a bohemian like it's the 60s. And they'll be like, bruh. So, this is Dan, and this is Phil, Daniel Howell and Phil Usher, and this is me, and I'm their long-lost Emperich child. And I made this Tumblr post that was like, I'm not buying tickets for the hard launch tour, because I don't have the money, and I don't really know what I'm gonna be doing, besides that I'm gonna be doing whatever. I'll be blogging about it the whole time. I'll be telling everyone what I'm doing, but I make the art which I'm most inspired to. And so I'm going to tell stories, whether it be through my words or my pretty, pretty paintings. And this is how I talk in real life. I am completely myself at all times unless I'm being a character or performing or doing whatever, playing pretend. Then I'm like, Glamini glorbabi gibolip gorgoim gimagab gab glorbi glormanap glep glep glima gleep gleep gormanapa gleep gleep gamini gorbab nibolip gleep gormanapa gleep gleep guamini worbab neep orb nap. I'm the gleepster. I come from planet Gleep. I'm quite notable there. Glamini Gleeborp. Gla 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 gla. And I'm Dan and Phil's long-lost Emperich child, but I made this post saying, I'm gonna be traveling, so I might just tailgate them like the Grateful Dead. And then after the show, I'll find some random parking lot, and if some fanny who follows my Tumblr is there, then probably more than one, then, I'll do stand-up in a parking lot. Split level house Q&A. And this is... Fuck DashCon, because they won't let me. I get ignored. I'm blocked by Strange Eons. Which, if you don't know, Strange Eons is probably the biggest Tumblr personality currently. But I'm gonna overtake them because they don't like Supernatural. So you can't be the number one Tumblr number one Tumblr user on YouTube, and not Destiel OTP. And I don't like the fact that their video about the fandom was only focusing on the bad parts of parasocial relationships, when we live beautiful parasocial lives, and the people who are breaching, boundaries and shit were 12-year-olds. Dan and Phil publicly forgave them, my long-lost Mpreg fathers. So don't give them shit. Don't, or else Dean Winchester will shoot you in the nards. Kermit will stab you 23 times, a la the Ides of Yowie, and Daniel Howell will dissolve your molecules. And that is a Yowie Wizard promise.